This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Once again, very good morning and thanks for joining. So, as part of today, we are going to start the main concepts. So, almost we completed all the core concepts, and the last two sessions we discussed about last almost three sessions we discussed about how to install the SQL Server and what are the prerequisites of SQL Server. Post we not yet discussed. We'll discuss in the advanced level because we must to know a lot of other stuff. That's the reason we not yet discuss post installation step. Those are very also very important, but we will discuss in the advanced level. And we discuss how to install the SSMS and how to just open the configuration manager, see the services, what kind of services and what kind of features we are going to install. That will help us lot our installation. That's what we covered till now. uh, Today we completed all the core components which are most important, and most probably you will get 5 to 6 questions, okay, in the base concepts. But nowadays, very rare case you are getting all these questions, but going forward again the market comes up, definitely you will get the again back to normal questions. Okay, so please be available, prepare. Okay. Uh, one thing they will ask you is what is your SQL Server port number? Definitely. And can you please brief about SQL architecture and page architecture and what is extents? They may ask you about what is the checkpoint, what is a lazy writer. Along with, they may come up with one more question is once you complete the installation, if your installation getting failed, so where you will go and check on how to troubleshoot. How to troubleshoot? Definitely, they will get it. Come up with this kind of questions. Now today, before I go and start the recovery model, before we go and start the recovery model, let's okay. Once you download the SQL Server Management Studio, once you download the SQL Server Management Studio, try to open search with SSMS before SQL Server 2016. Okay, before SQL Server 2016, you can go to the run command and you can type SSMS, a shortcut. SQL Server Management Studio. But now this shortcut is not working. But even though you can go to the search bar on your Windows and you can just type SSMS, it will try to open the SQL Server Management. It will point to the SQL Server Management Studio. But it is working, but it's not from the run command. But it is you can go and search with the SSMS. So you can try to open SQL Server Management Studio. One thing I just wanted to highlight you, okay, in whenever you get opportunity, okay, whenever you get opportunity. So, for example, treat this is your official laptop. This is your official laptop where you are going to open your Outlook, Teams, and everything. In this laptop, you are opening the Outlook, Teams, everything you will open. And you are having lot of servers where you are maintaining almost 2000 servers, 3000 servers, 500 servers, 1000 servers. So couple of projects, what they will do, right? You can install SSMS in this laptop, okay, and you can also access all your SQL server from this SSMS, from your local SSMS. Couple of projects will allow to connect SQL server instance from your local SSMS. But couple of projects they won't allow to connect to your SQL Server using local SSMS. Okay, so now what you need to do, again back, again you need to take RDP to the server, again you need to connect to the SQL, again you need to connect to the SQL. So either you can go to the servers and you can take access to the SQL Server, or you can install local SSMS, means on your laptop, on your personal laptop you can install SSMS, and you can also connect this VM from this SSMS. Okay, so check with them whether we are able to connect SQL Server locally. Okay, locally means on your professional laptop. Once they given professional laptop, okay, so whenever you log into the client, mostly when it is possible means local clients are sorry client VPN. So whenever they will provide the client VPN, maybe we can access. But If they are not allowing to access here, definitely you need to take RDP to the server, and you need to open SSMS, and you need to work. Okay. One more technique, sir. This is one technique you need to get when you are taking the KT. One more thing is, okay, so basically, you are using ticketing tools. You will get the tickets. Okay, you will get the tickets like log file full, data file full, disk full, CPU, or users are asking to grant the permission, take the backups, perform the restores. So they will come up with the different activities. They will come up with the different activities. So instead of connecting every time to the production servers, okay, sir, for every activity you should not connect to the server, sir. Couple of activities you can handle with the SSMS. Couple of activities you can handle with the SSMS, like granting the permission. You can work with SSMS only. Okay, creating the database, you can work with the SSMS. Revoking the permission, running the scripts, you can do it from the SSMS. So instead of connecting to the production box, why can't you connect to the development box, RDP? So why can't you take RDP to the development box and do whatever work you need to perform from the as per the ticket? Okay, that is also possible. Means every time I need to connect to the same box, Subbu, no need, sir. Okay, no need. Every time you no need to connect. Couple of activities you can do it from the SSMS. That SSMS you can also connect to the development box. For example, this is one application, this is production, this is test, this is dev. Okay, instead of connecting the production box, I can connect to the development box. I can open SSMS. I can connect production instance in development box. I can perform the activities. Hope you are getting. Yes, no. So choose any development box. So for example, choose any development box where you can access all the servers, all the server SSMS. Okay, why SSMS? That development box, make it a note. Every day you can, once you logged in, you can connect to the development box and do complete your day work. In case there is definitely needed, then you will connect to the production box, like your disk is getting failed, you don't know what is available in the disk. That time definitely you need to connect to the server, and you need to restore, you need to connect to the server. So for certain activities you should must and should connect to the server. For certain activities no need, just SSMS is the fine. Okay, make a note down. So choose any development box where you can connect your SSMS, any instance, and you can work from that SSMS. Like, see, sir, assume this is my development. Okay, this is my prod. This is my test. See, sir, multiple instance I can access from the single SSMS, and you can work from the single SSMS. In case you need definitely to the connection to the server, then only take RTP. Otherwise, you can connect to the any development box and do your day work, sir. Hope you got it. Because uh, uh, in case if you done any mistake in the development box, at least okay. But if you are doing anything mistake in the production box, then gone. Okay, that is the one thing. Please be careful. Okay, means I am not telling you should do anything in the development box. You should not. Please double check, sir. Before you do anything, double check. Not only TBA, sir. Go for any technology. Once you got the opportunity, if you are doing something, double check. Okay, before you do something, double check. Okay, that is the one important thing I just wanted to add. Now, sir, in our whole DBA career, in our whole SQL Server management, SQL Server, being your SQL Server engineers, either it can be a developer, either it can be DBA, either it can be support role, either it can be uh, a data engineer, either it can be data analyst. Okay, as a SQL database, okay, as a SQL server, okay, SSMS is our main tool, sir. SSMS is our main tool where you will do everything from the SSMS, where you will do everything from the SSMS. Make a note down. One more point, sir. For example, you are working for a toad. sorry, Oracle. If you are working for Oracle, Toad is the tool mostly we will use, sir. And Putty or Putty, someone will call it a Putty, someone will call it a Putty. Okay, so you will use Putty or Putty for example, for Windows Linux operating system, for Oracle, for PostgreSQL, we will use Putty or Toad, sir. Toad also we will use. For example, if you are using MySQL, okay, Workbench, there is a tool called Workbench. From Workbench you can do everything from the MySQL. So like same for SQL Server, SSMS is the primary tool, sir. SQL Server Management Studio. Fine, everyone? Yes, no? No, sir. Okay, at least everyone, at least anyone respond so that you are able to hear my voice or not. Okay. Yes, sir. Now, sir. Okay, once we connect to the SQL, okay, once we connect to the SQL, okay, let me disconnect, sir. Okay, so this is your SSMS. Okay, you can click on connect here or you can click on connect here. Anything is fine, sir. Database engine is our main service. So you need to choose the database engine and pass the instance name. Pass the instance name. If it is a default instance, just a server name, sir. If it is a named instance, server name slash instance name. Server name slash instance name. That is the mandatory. So once you connect to the SSMS, what you can see means this is your instance name and this is your build number. Build number. By seeing the build number, you can easily recognize you can easily recognize okay which version of the SQL server, okay, which version you can easily recognize, sir. So for example, you see the bill number with the 10. So for example, sir, okay, for example, you see the bill number with the 10 means 2008, 2008 or a R2. Okay, if you see the 10.50 means R2, sir. 2008 R2. 10.50. 10 dot means so 2000. Okay, so 11 dot means 2012. 12 dot means 2014. Okay, 13 means 2016. 14 means 2017. Okay, and 15 means okay 2019. 16 means 2022. So when you see this build number, the first digit is very important, sir. When you see the first digit, by seeing that you can easily recognize which version MySQL is running. Which version MySQL is running. You should not remember, it's very difficult to remember all these build numbers. At least first remember the first digits. Okay, 10 means 2008, 10.550 means 2008 R2. Okay, and 9 means 2005, 8 means 2000. 8 means 2000, 9 means 2005, 10 means 2008. Okay, 10.50 means 2008 R2, and 11 means 12, 12 means 14, 13 means 14, 15, 16, 14 means 17, 15 means 19, 16 means 2022. By seeing the bill number, easily we can recognize which version MySQL is running and who is connecting. Here it will display the username. Here it will display the username. So this is the one thing you need to remember, and these are all the objects, sir. You can create the database, you can perform DB level and securities. A lot of things are available: login, server roles, credentials, okay, cryptography providers, audits, server audit specification, and the server objects, backup devices, endpoints, linked server triggers, replication, polybase, always on management. Under management, again, lot of things are available: policy management, data collector, resource governor, extended events, maintenance plan, SQL error logs, and integration service catalog, SQL Server agents, and extended profilers. So these are the main objects are available. Okay, throughout our journey, we'll discuss almost whatever we are going to use on regular basis. Okay, whatever we are going to use on regular basis, mostly we will discuss all those components. So as part of today, first once you connect to the SQL, okay, so mostly two kind of roles are available. Mostly two kinds of roles basically. One is developers, one is DBAs. Okay, one is developers, one is DBAs. Okay, developers will develop the script. Majorly developers will perform all their development related tasks. Means creating the table. So for example, okay, so as a DBA, first what we will do means, as a DBA, you are going to maintain the databases. You are going to maintain entire SQL, means databases, permissions, services, okay, performance, and replication, always on, all that kind of stuff we will maintain as a DBA. What developers will do, developers is main roles are actually, we are just maintaining, apart from nothing else we are doing. So developers is the main persons who is going to perform rest of the activities, like creating the once we create the database, they will create the tables, database designs, views, synonyms, programmabilities, like stored procedure functions, triggers. Okay, they will do lot of stuff within the database. They will do lot of stuff within the database. As a TBA, we are just maintaining the database. Okay, we will make sure the database is online. We'll make sure everyone is able to access the SQL. Okay, make sure that replication is working properly, always on is working properly, permissions are granting properly. Okay, SQL services, everything are healthy. That is our responsibility. But actual work is going to perform by your application team and your developers. Your application team and your developers. Make sense?
Yes. Okay.
No, sir, but let's first, what as a DBA, first, for example, we install the SQL Server. That's part we already discussed. Now, what is the next thing? We will create the databases. So, for example, let's create one database call. Okay, let's create one database. As a database administrator, database creation is mostly our responsibility, sir. We will create the database. So, we will provide the database name as per application need. So, application team will let us know. Okay, based on their application need, we will create the database. So for example, batch hash 40. Okay, p production. Okay, so whenever you are creating a database, whenever you are creating a database, so two things are very important. I am not discussing everything, but basic part, two things are important. One is DB owner. Always you need to keep owner as SA. Owner as SA. If you forget to change the owner, whenever you are creating the database, you will be the owner. That is not acceptable, sir. We should not be owners. Who will be the owner? SA. So whenever you are installing, so whenever you select the mixed mode, it asks the password of a SA account, right? System administrator account. So as per best practice, most of the cases, SA will be the owner for databases, for jobs. Even when you are creating the jobs, your who will be the owner? SA will be the owner for all the jobs, sir. In case, sometimes very rare case, sir, application team will provide you the name and they will tell I need to be owner. That scenario, we will change the owner as application need. Otherwise, always make sure that HC should be the DB owners. Okay, DB owners. And one more important is, okay, so by default, you will get the two files. One is MDF file, one is LDF file. One is MDF file, one is LDF file. So where the files are residing, okay, on which drive. So data files need to go for one drive, log files need to go for one drive. Okay, we'll see, sir, one by one. So one thing is owner is very important. One more is recovery model is very important, sir. Recovery model. We are going to discuss all these concepts. Okay, recovery model is very important. Apart from this, mostly we'll go for defaults, or we won't change anything. Make sure that recovery model should be full, and make sure that owner should be SA, and just click on OK. Just click on OK. It's a basic database, sir. It is not. I'm not saying that it's a advanced level database. It's a basic database I'm creating. So I just created one database. Okay. Now what I will do, I will grant the permissions to so and so user. I will grant the permission to so and so user to this database. Now what they will do, they will start working. So for example, now developers will start their work like creating the tables, create table, table name, okay, employee ID, integer, employee name, varchar, okay, 20. So they will create the table. So you need to just execute. Okay, sorry, mistake. You need to click on parse and you need to click on execute. Once you click on execute, then you can go and verify that there is one table is created. There is one table is created. Now what they will do, they will try to insert the data, update the data, delete the data, select the data. That is the main role of your developers. That is the main role of the developers. The basic part clear, sir, everyone? Clear?
Yes, sir. It's
Now, sir,
Yes, Subhash.
before we go into the actual DBA task, sir, let me walk through a couple of components you must and should know, sir. Being you are a DBS, core DBS, you must and should know about little bit about the development. Again, I'm repeating, you must and should know little bit about the development because you wanted to troubleshoot the queries. Okay, why, sir? Why we need the development? Okay, we are not writing any queries, right? Yeah, I can agree with you. That part I can agree, but still, okay, you need to troubleshoot the queries. While you are troubleshooting the query, you must and should understood the logic how your application team design the script. Logic, okay, means what kind of tables, what kind of conditions, what kind of predicates. You must and should understood the logic so that that will help you lot to drive your troubleshooting, sir. Okay, for that purpose we must and should know little bit knowledge on development, little bit knowledge on development. So let's actually forget this concept. Okay, uh, recovery models we'll see tomorrow, sir. Okay, today we'll complete all this stuff. Okay, so that tomorrow we'll start the freshly DBA task. Is it fine, right, everyone? Without knowing the development a little bit, okay, if you go for directly DBA, again when you go for tuning, definitely you will struggle a little bit, sir. Okay, now, so what actually mm, the developers will do means they will design the scripts. So either it can be create, either it can be insert. So before I go this, okay, let's let's go to the Google and search for SQL language. Sorry, SQL commands. SQL commands. So if you go to the images, so you will see a lot of images are out of this. Let me pick one. This command. Anything is fine, sir. Okay. So basically, SQL is a language. SQL is a language, sir. Structure query language. SQL is a language, one language. Like you know about C, you know about C++, you know about Java, .NET, SAP, you know about all these technologies, right? Like same, SQL is also one language, like how you will design the coding in the C, C++, Java, .NET. Same how the developers will develop the scripts, will develop the queries. So technically, you should call it as a query, sir. Query, one script, one query. Okay, we'll call it as a queries. Like in Java, in Python, in C, C++, we'll call it as a program, one program, one program, Java program, one C program, one C++ program. In SQL, you will tell one query. In SQL, you will call it as a one query. So So basically, what I mean to say is SQL is one language, structure query language. Using this language, you can you can process everything in the SQL Server. In the SQL Server, you can process everything. So if you know the SQL, you are almost good at Oracle. You are almost good at MySQL. You are almost good at DB2, Sybase, okay, SQL Server, okay, PostgreSQL. You're almost good at all these technologies, sir. If you know the SQL, if you know the SQL, you almost know, but not like a C, C++, Java, .NET, okay, but almost similar in this all technologies, almost similar, but little bit the syntax will be changed and the functions will be changed, the algorithm will be changed, but concept is same again. So if you know the SQL, you can handle development in all these technologies, in all these technologies. So SQL is a common language where you are going to use in all these database management systems. Got you?
Yes, sir.
Make a note on everyone. Now, when you go to this language, again, this language is divided into five languages. One is DDL, data definition language, data manipulation language, data control language, transaction control language, okay, DRL. You don't call it as a DQL, you can call it as a DRL, so data retrieval language. Data retrieval language. So these are the five languages are available within this SQL language. Within the SQL language, there are five different languages are available. Out of these five languages, where you are going to perform the commands, like commands. Uh, Only these are the main commands where you are going to use throughout in your SQL language. Throughout in your SQL language, these are the main commands you will use. So, when you go for data definition language, when you go for DDL, okay. So when you go for DDL, data definition language, you can create, you can alter, you can truncate, you can drop, you can rename. Rename, sir. Means basically, you should call it as an object, sir. Like table is object, view is object, synonyms is object. Okay, stored procedure is objects, function is a object, trigger is object. So basically, you should call it as a objects in database management system. Objects, objects. So here, table is the parent. Table is the parent. Table. Table is the parent where your actual data is residing, sir. Where your actual data is residing. So for example, this is the table where you will store your data in the form of rows and columns. Rows and columns. Okay. This is how your data will be stored permanently in the table, in the form of table, where you can see rows and columns like Excel, like simply Excel. Excel, sir. Okay. Now, based on this table, based on the table, you can create the views. You can create the index. You can create the stored procedures. You can create the triggers. You can create the functions. Okay, you can create the cursors. You can create the synonyms. You can create the materialized views. Okay, like this, you can create n number of things. What is the core component? Table is the core component. Table is the core component. On top of the table, you can create these many objects. Not user, you are not doing anything. Developers. Okay, developers. So developer will create the views, developer will create the indexes. Okay, we will also create the index, especially this is very important, where we are going to discuss almost uh, 10 hours only this concept, very critical concept. Okay, indexes, materialized views, stored procedure, functions, triggers, cursors, synonyms. So developers will do all this stuff. Who's are developers or application team will do all this stuff. All this stuff. Now, Table is the main object where you are going to store your data. Where you are going to store your data. Now, let me discuss a little bit about one by one, sir. Not much, but little bit. What is a view, sir? What is a view? So, for example, take a mirror. Take a mirror. If you stand, if you stand over the mirror, what you can see in the mirror, sir? What you can see?
Reflection.
Reflection. Like, okay. So, like, view is nothing but reflection of the table, sir. View is nothing but reflection of the table. Means, so for example, okay, this is my table. Okay, this is my table where I'm having employee ID, employee name. So someone is contacting to us. Someone is contacting. I need to see only employee names. Employee names. I don't want employee ID. So how you will grant the permission? It's very difficult, right? Within the table, I can't grant per particular column. For particular column, no, we can't grant, sir. So what we can do, you can create a view. Okay, create view. Okay, view name. Okay, as okay, select ename ename from emp. So we will create a one view. We'll create one view. So when you create this view, it is creating with this table only. This select statements are view is nothing but select statement. Correct? So view is nothing but this select statement. You can write whatever select statement you want, you can write it, sir. But view is nothing but a select statement. So view is completely depend on this table. If you delete this table, this view is invalid. No use. No use at all, sir. So view is nothing but a select statement where you are trying to read some data. So this is how you can create the not user developers, they will create the view. V means mostly views only, sir. They will start with the V views. So when you expand the views, so these are all the system views, sir. No views they created basically, but mostly they will in real world you will see V. V stands for views. V stands for views. So table is the base object where you are going to store your actual data. View is nothing but okay subset of the table means reflection of the table. Reflection of the table where completely you can protect your data. So for example, application team wants only to view these two columns. So I can grant only these two columns. I can grant only these two columns. When you create this view, okay, when you run this view, so for example, select okay star from the employee. When you run this view, you will see only these two table data. So for example, this table contains multiple columns. Okay, but when you run this view, you will see only these two columns because view is contains only these two columns. Okay, so view is nothing but subset of the table. Subset of the table. Make a note down, sir. Let me close it. I don't want this one. Okay, now indexes where we are going to discuss a lot, sir. Uh, for your simple understanding, whenever you buy a textbook or whenever you buy a spectrum, whenever you are buying a material, something, sir, what is the first page? What is the first page? What is the first page, sir? Sir,
Index
I'm
page.
asking for index page, not indexing, sir. Index page, correct? So where they will mention. So for example, if you are buying a dictionary, so they will mention A letters will be available from so and so page to so and so page. B letters will be available from so and so page to so and so page. C letter will be available from so and so page to so and so page, right? So in case if there is no index, what will happen? You need to read entire dictionary, right? If I ask some keyword, correct? Yes or no? If there is no index, you need to read complete that book. If I'm asking something because you don't know where it is available, correct? So Indexes will improve the performance of data retrieval. A simple answer, sir. Very simple answer. Indexes will improve the performance of data retrieval is nothing but select statement. So indexes will improve the select statement, sir. Performance. Indexes will improve the performance of data retrieval. Whatever you are reading from the database, that performance will be improved by the index. Apart from nothing else, it will do, sir. Apart from nothing else, it will do. Indexes will just improve the performance of your data retrieval in a simple lay terms. Okay, so you will create the index to improve the performance of data retrieval. Again, sir, please make a note down. We will discuss a lot. I'm telling right. Almost we'll discuss 10 hours only on the indexes concepts. Okay, 10 hours means almost 3 to 4 days we will discuss on the index concepts. Index concepts. So too many indexes will impact the performance. Less indexes will impact the performance. You need to create the right indexes, sir. So, okay, indexes will improve the performance of select statement. But when you are trying to perform insert, update, delete, okay, update, delete, okay. So whenever performing insert, update, delete, indexes will impact the performance. Getting my point? Indexes will improve the performance of data retrieval, means nothing but select statements are. Data retrieval is nothing but select statement. Indexes will impact the performance of business transaction. Means too many indexes you should not create, less indexes you should not create. You need to create the right indexes so that your SQL performance will be super good, sir. SQL performance will be super good. So we'll discuss in depth in the coming sessions. So if someone is asking what is index, indexes will improve the performance of data retrieval. Data retrieval. So if you wanted to create the index, so just simple, sir. Okay, create index, index name, index name. Okay, on table, and you will mention the column name. Which column I am going to create the index. So if you wanted to create anything, sir, what I mean to say, if you wanted to create the views, if you wanted to create the index, if you want to create the materialized views, stored procedures, functions, triggers, blah blah blah, something, you will use only one keyword called create. That is the part of DDL command. That is a part of DDL command. So whenever you are trying to create any objects, you will create with the command called create command. So indexes will improve the performance of select statement. Okay, and materialized views. So developers will create the materialized views for certain activities, sir. Okay, developers will create the materialized views for the only for certain activities. Now, so stored procedures functions, sir. Basically, when you go to the ms SQL server, okay, here we are having SQL language and T-SQL language, sir. SQL language and T-SQL language. If you go for Oracle, SQL is a common language, PLSQL is a programmatic language. Like if you go to the MySQL, if you go to the DB2, if you go to any database management system, SQL is a common language, and you will also having the programmatic language. This is the programmatic language where they will create the programs. Well, they will create the programs like like store procedures, functions, triggers. This all will comes into the programmatic language. Programmatic language. So this is how they will create the stored procedures. Hey, why there is nothing is available? Let me, sir. Yeah, see, views are available already. Sorry, maybe I wrongly opened this database. Okay, so see, sir, you will see the views. Every view start with the V. Whenever you see the object name with a V, then you should blindly get the idea. Okay, it is a view. It is a view. When you wanted to see the structure of the view, right click, okay, edit, script as, create, then you will get the structure of the view, or else, sir, in a simple lay terms, I don't want to do all this stuff. Okay, so go to the new query window, go to the new query window, and sp underscore help. So for example, it is a table. So for example, it is a table, sir, and you wanted to see the structure of this table, sp underscore help, and run this, sir. Oh, sorry. Okay, run this. Okay, you will see complete structure means how many, what is the table name, what is the owner, when you created, what is the column, what is the data types, what is the size of data types, what is the collation. You will see all that stuff related to the table. Okay, but I wanted to see complete structure. Okay, text, xp underscore help text. When you run this one, you will see the structure, but not this table, sir. You should pass it to, for example, sp stored procedure. Let me go for stored procedure, sir. Let me go for a stored procedure. Okay, let me run this one. See, sir, you can change the text format instead of brackets. Grid format, change to text format and execute the query. You will see complete the stored procedure structure. Okay, stored procedures. sp underscore help text. So you no need to right click here, go to the script, click on create, and create the script and see the structure of the stored procedure. You can use simply sp underscore help text. sp underscore help text. You can see the complete structure of the stored procedure. So when you go for T-SQL, sir, when you go for specially for T-SQL, you will create the stored procedures, functions, triggers, cursors, all that stuff, sir. Basically, nothing but a block of statements. See, sir, in this stored procedure, okay, you are seeing a one select statement. You are seeing one more select statement, okay, and there is one more select statement. So there are multiple select statements are available in the stored procedures. But when you go to the real world, okay, not only select statements are, you will see inserts, update, deletes, selects, too many, sir. Thousands lines of code, thousands and thousands lines of code you will see in real world. So SPs, stored procedures, functions are very important, sir. You should remember. Okay, what is the major difference between stored procedure and function? Sir, stored procedures basically, okay, may or may not return the value. Means whenever you are writing the stored procedure, so they will design the stored procedures like it may or may not return the value. Sometimes it will return the value, sometimes it won't return any value. It will perform whatever action will be available in that stored procedure. Means we don't know, sir, how the stored procedure will be designed, and we don't know how to what kind of SPs also. But whenever you are doing the troubleshooting, you mustn't should at least you go to this one stored procedure and see what is available in the stored procedure. I will take a separate session how to troubleshoot the SPs, stored procedures, how to improve the performance of the stored procedure. We will discuss, sir. No worries on that part. Just as of now, try to remember stored procedures, functions, triggers, cursors, are all belong to the T-SQL language, PLSQL language. These are the languages, sir. Okay, programmatic language, programmatic language. So, stored procedure is nothing but a block of statements where it may or may not return the value. But functions must and should return the value. It should return the value, sir. Whatever value you are passing, we don't know, but function need to return the value. Some value it will return when you go for functions. Again, when you go for functions, there are table valued functions, scalar functions, aggregated functions, system functions. There are again lot of functions are available. Functions. So I mean to say you should learn everything. No, sir. But if you remember this terminologies at least, that is too good for you. That is too good for you. Okay. So in SQL, we will perform all these commands. All these commands. In T-SQL, we will perform all this kind of stuff. Store procedures, functions, triggers, cursors, all we will do in the T-SQL language. It's a programmatic language. So functions must and should return the value. Mostly we will use for calculation purpose. Store procedures, generic purpose we will use, and it may not return the value. It may or may not return the any value, sir. Make a note down. But if you go to the triggers, like trigger is a event, sir, event. So for example, you want to say that application team, over the Saturday and Sunday, you should not perform any business transactions like insert, update, delete. These are the business transactions, sir. A global business transaction, what I mean to say, a global. Sir, insert. You are creating a record. Means you are booking your order. You are opening the account. You are taking a new SIM. Insert. Update. Update is nothing but you are updating your email address. You are updating your Aadhaar card. You are updating your passport. You are updating your mobile number. You are updating your address. You are updating your surname. So updating. You are updating your order. Updating. Delete means you are canceling the order. Okay, you are closing your account. You are closing your SIM. So deleting your record. So insert, update, delete. These are global business transactions. Correct? Whatever you will do, insert, update, delete only, right? Yes, sir. Correct? Are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
what is SQL join?
Sorry?
SQL joins, sir. What is SQL joins?
Wait, sir. We not yet gone to there. Okay. So,
Oh,
yeah. So, these are the business transactions. So, uh, when you go to the SQL part, so DML is the major part, sir. DML. Insert, update, delete. Data manipulation language. You are manipulating language. Once you create the structure, either it can be table, it can be view, it can be index, it can be store procedure, it can be function, it can be trigger. Okay. So next we will do this one, sir. Insert, update, delete. Insert, update, delete. Insert, update, delete. Apart from nothing, sir. Once you create the structures. Okay, so create means you are creating all the structures. Whatever you can do in the SQL creation, that will be performed by the create. And most important is business transactions are insert, update, delete. These are very important. And one more is DRL. Data retrieval language is nothing but select statement. Data retrieval language is nothing but select statement. So select, insert, update, delete. Mostly these are the four commands we will do in the real world. Not user, developers will do in the real world. Now, okay, what do you mean by triggered, Subudin? So for example, this there is a table where you should tell that on Saturday and Sunday you should not perform any business transaction on this table. So how you will tell, sir? So what you will do, you can create trigger, trigger name, trigger name, event, insert, update, delete, and set the date and time. Okay, so so on so day, so on so time, you should not perform this event. That is how they will design the triggers. Who are developers? Developers will design the triggers. This is the event. This event is very important, sir. So trigger will fires the event whenever it stunts. Means whenever you are performing that event, automatically trigger will fight that event and it will pop up the one screen. It will pop up one screen on that window. Okay. So basically, so SPs, functions, triggers are the three major part we will do in the T-SQL language, sir. And cursors. Sir, what do you mean by cursor means? I'm simply telling, sir. What do you mean? So, for example, within the stored procedure, you are writing one select statement. Select star from EMP. Okay, and I don't want to use this table, sir. I wanted to store this data somewhere within that SP. Where you can store, sir? That somewhere is nothing but cursor. You can store this data in the cursor, and you can use that cursor within that entire SP n number of times, sir. N number of times you can use that cursor within that SP. But outside that SP, it's not possible. You can't access, sir. Within that SP only you can access the cursor. So what they will do, they wanted to retrieve some data, and they wanted to give one name, and they wanted to use that name in entire the stored procedure. Okay, entire the function. They will use the cursors. Not only in SQL, sir. You go for Oracle, go for MySQL, go for PostgreSQL. The concept is same, sir. Only declaration will change. How you are declaring little bit change, but the concept is exactly same. So mostly you are giving a name, and you are accessing that cursor within that stored procedure. Okay. Simple, sir, very simple. Stored procedure functions, triggers, cursors mostly comes into the T-SQL. Okay, rest everything, this all these commands will comes into the SQL language. SQL language. So clear? No? Yes? First time who are listening, definitely, sir, you will lots of confusion. What is this all stuff? But you must and should know about this terminology, sir. Okay, not only simply learning DBA tasks, sir. Whenever you are having some free time, okay, go on, go on, just refer, sir, something related like a Java point, or you will have a lot of information, sir. What is the SQL commands? What are available? What is DDL? What is DML? What is the commands? How we are going to declare? Whenever you are having free time, just go through this one, sir. Very very important. Okay, sometime not only DBA, sir. You must and should know little bit about the development, little bit knowledge, sir, because that will help you a lot when you are tuning the queries, performance tuning. Okay, so we can tell I am a DBA when you know the tuning, sir. Otherwise, we are not the DBS. A full fledged DBA, sir. Okay. Now, sir, let's go for other commands. So you know about the create. Create means you are creating all the structures. Okay. It can be store browser, it can be functions, it can be triggers, it can be cursor, it can be table, it can be view, it can be index, it can be middle attributes, it can be synonyms. You will create with the create statement. That create is nothing but DDL command. Now, once you create the structure, once you create the structure, I wanted to modify the structure. I wanted to modify the structure. We will use alter statement. We will use alter statement, sir. Control F. Okay, we will use alter statement. Alter is nothing but changing the structure. Nothing but changing the structure, sir. So alter can do many things actually, not only changing the structure. Alter can do many things, sir. So for example, okay, this is the table, employee table, and there is a column called employee name, varchar 50. Not varchar 20, sir. 20 means it will store 20 characters. Okay, it will store 20 characters. So for example, your name is more than 20 characters. Your name is more than 20 characters. Can that can your name will fit in this column? No, right? No, right? Yes or no? No, sir. It won't fit in this column. Now what you need to do? You need to increase that. You need to increase this size. So alter table, table name, column, varchar. Okay, set it to 50. Modify, set it to 50. So this is how you will change the column size. And if you want to change this data type, say character, okay, sir, basically this is your column name and this is your data type. Data type is nothing but what sort of data you are going to store in this column, like integer data, character data, numeric data. Numeric and integer both are same, sir. Decimal data, okay, float data, double data, okay, money data, small money, LOB, large object. So we are having so many data types in SQL Server, in Oracle, in MySQL, in PostgreSQL, in DB2, Sybase. We are having so many data types. So what type of data you are going to store in this column, you should mention the data type. Date data, date, date. So based on your data, you will choose the data types. So you will mention the sizes. So if you want to increase the sizes, if you want to change this data type, we will use alter. We will use alter. And if you wanted to add a column to this table, we will use alter. If you wanted to add a column, if you wanted to modify the column, if you wanted to modify the data type, if you wanted to modify the size, and if you wanted to delete the column, so we will use the alter statement. So alter will place lot many things. Not only tables, sir. If you go for index, so for example, this is my stored procedure. I wanted to change the structure. Right click, script, alter, click on. So it is altering the stored procedure. See, sir. Now if I wanted to add some more, if I wanted to add select star from sales dot sales order details. Now you are altering, sir. See, alter. So you can alter the stored. You can alter all the objects, sir. You can alter all the objects using alter statement. Alter statement. So alter is a DDL command where you can alter the where you can alter the objects where you can alter the objects. And drop is nothing but deleting the objects, sir. If you want to delete entire object, you will use the drop keyword. Drop table name, drop sp name. Okay, if you want to drop any object, drop object type is a table sp. Okay, for example, object drop table name. It will drop the entire table. It will drop the entire table. It will drop the entire table if you go for drop. If you go for drop, it will drop the entire table apart from nothing else, or it will do. Drop is nothing but deleting the object. Now, truncate is very important, sir. So when you go for truncate means only it will use for tables. You won't use for anywhere, sir. Only for tables. So what it will do, right? It will delete entire data and it will keep the structure. Means, for example, your table contains the data. This is the data. It will delete entire data and it will keep the structure. If you go for truncate, if you go for truncate, it will delete entire data and it will keep the structure. It will keep the structure. Very important, sir. And you know about insert, update, delete. Insert means inserting the data. Delete, update means updating the data. Delete means deleting the data. Throughout our journey, we will perform all these operations with the practical, sir. You no need to worry. Inserts, update, deletes. We are keep on performing, sir. Out of this, you are even a DBA. They will ask you one question called, what is the difference between delete and truncate? They will ask you definitely a question. What is the difference between delete and truncate? Truncate is a DDL command. Delete is a DML command. That is the first answer. Okay. Truncate means it will delete complete data. It will keep the structure. Delete means you can delete entire data or you can delete certain amount of data. I don't want delete entire data, sir. I can also delete only certain amount of data. That is possible. Okay. So what is the first difference? It is a DDL command. It is a DML command. One thing is truncate will delete complete data. Delete can also delete complete data, but also deletes some amount of data. How? How means, sir, when you go for truncate, sorry, let's go for here. Okay, truncate, truncate, table, table name. So we will mention truncate table, table name. So it will delete complete data and it will keep the structure. Okay, but when you go for delete, delete. Okay, so if you go for here, so see sir, truncate is nothing but truncate table, table name. So if you go for delete statement, okay, delete from table. So where you are using where class, where you are using where class. So for example, this is the table I want delete. So you can delete, or you can delete only these records, only where author equal to so and so value. It will delete only. So that is not possible. Means where class is not possible here, but where class is possible in delete statement. So truncate will delete complete data and it will keep the structure. Delete will delete entire data along with some portion of data. And one more difference is in where class is not possible in truncate, where class is possible in truncate. Okay, where class is possible in truncate. Where means only certain. So where my employee name equal to example Sai. Only it will delete the size data. Remaining data will be available, sir. Only it will delete the salary. Or where salary, okay, greater than, okay, 25 lakhs. So salary greater than 25 lakhs. It will delete all the salary greater than 25 lakhs. So that is how you delete will works. But truncate means it will delete entire, complete. There is no condition, nothing. And one more major difference is delete you can roll back. Means after you delete by mistakenly, you can roll back the data. But truncate you can't roll back the data, sir. That is the last, a finer and super good answer you should remember. Okay, roll back. See, there is a command called rollback. Rollback. Okay, means whatever the changes you perform, just revert the change. You can revert the changes with help of rollback. That is possible for the delete statement. For truncate, it is not possible. For truncate, it is not possible. Sir, you are not doing anything. Just remember the concepts. So definitely they will ask you, sir, in case in your project there is a little bit development along with the DBA, they may ask you all these questions, whatever I'm explaining. That's the reason today we are spending more time here. Okay. So delete will can roll back the data, but truncate we can't roll back the data, then gone. Okay. But there is other options where we can bring the data back again. But whenever you are trying to explain to the interviewer, delete is a DDL, truncate is a DDL, delete is a DML. Okay, delete means it will delete complete data. Sorry, truncate means it will delete complete data. Delete means it will delete complete data along with some sample of data. Where class is not possible, where class is possible. Okay, we can't roll back the data. We can roll back the data. Enough, sir. Okay, enough. That is too good for you.
So,
Okay,
but
not
if you do
okay.
begin tran Subbu, that can be rolled back, right?
Yes.
With it, if we explicitly apply for begin tran with truncate, if you don't commit it, we can roll back it, right?
No, no, no. Truncate is not, sir. No, you can't roll back. Truncate, you can't roll back.
No, if you use that begin tran with the truncate, if you don't commit it, if you roll back, we can roll back. I think, Subbu.
Okay, let me, sir.
Yeah, that option is there actually.
Select star
Drop
from.
table, yeah,
I don't want drop, sir.
maybe whatever,
Data.
just sample
No.
table also.
Okay. Insert into EMP values 1. Go 50 times, 100 times. It will try to insert 100, same record, sir. Go 100 means 100 times. So you will get 100 once. Okay.
Yeah, use
Begin.
begin tran and then truncate.
truncate. Now roll back. So now let's go and verify any data is available. Nothing data is available. Roll back. Oh, it's roll back. Good. Okay. Oh, begin run, right? Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that
Okay.
explicitly
Yeah.
if
But
applied, that's worked out.
explicitly, it's not possible. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Implicitly.
yeah. So
Yes.
by default, it takes user set is right. Yeah, but
Yes. Right.
generally we should have that awareness. Correct.
Okay. No commit. Okay. Fine.
Got it. Thanks, Subbu.
Uh, that is about DDL, DML, DRL. DRL is nothing but select statements, sir. So we will discuss select statement lot. You no need to worry because select statement contains some approach. Very important, sir. You should remember. Like select statement contains select from class, where class, group by class, having class, order by class. Order by. So these are very important. Okay, so no worries, sir. We will discuss a lot about the select statement and going forward because whole performance tuning will discuss more on the select statement, right? Okay, you will get every concept with the practical demos. Try to remember select is nothing but data retrieval. Data retrieval means reporting, sir. Reporting whenever you are retrieving the bank statement, whenever you are retrieving the credit card statement, whenever you are retrieving the electricity bill, nothing but select statement. Internally, it is performing the select statement. Over to the database, it is just performing the select statement apart from nothing else, sir. But if you wanted to become stronger, you must and should know about all these concepts. We will take a separate session about only select statement when we are working with the performance tuning. When you are working with the performance tuning, make a note down. Out of this, these two are very important and very important interview questions, sir. Okay, very important interview question. Of course, most of the time we will get confused about these two languages and two commands. Okay, most of the time because we are a DBS, mostly we won't use these commands frequently. We will do mostly graphical user interface, sir. Okay, on and suddenly when you go to the interview only, someone may ask you only, we will get these questions. So please, everyone, my main request, try to remember these two commands. If you are remembering rest or not, forget about interview point of view. When you are going for interview, so for example tomorrow is an interview, just remember these two commands and just remember the delete and truncate. Okay, so very important, sir. Okay, so DCL stands for data control language, means you can control your access parts, sir. You can grant the permission, you can revoke the permission. These two commands are belong to DBS. We will grant the permission, we will revoke the permission. Especially we won't grant via command prompt. Mostly we will grant the permission via graphical user interface. Okay, that's the reason sometimes most of the time we will forget. So one day before only, just remember these two language commands before you attending the interview, sir. So DCL stands for data control language, where you are going to control your access by granting revoking, sir. Very important. Okay, now coming to final language, that is nothing but transaction control language. Nothing but a transaction control language, where you are having commit, rollback, save point. Commit, rollback, save point. Commit, rollback, we will discuss, we will work with the coming hour sessions. But save point, no sir, mostly we won't work on save points. Basically that developers will use the save point. Like when you are using PUBG, whenever you are using any games, sir, there will be one save point, right, for your game. Otherwise whole game you will play in one day, sir. No, right? No, right? Yes or no? No, we won't play whole game in one day, sir. So basically, what they will do, they are writing thousands of line, right? Within that thousands of line, they will one day they design almost 1500 lines. After 1500 lines, they will use the save point. And tomorrow again they will come here, and again they will start the programming here. Again next day they will make one save point. Like this they will use the save point whenever they are designing a huge amount of SPs or functions. Okay, they will use the save point. Commit means, okay, once they perform, there are two types of commits. One is implicit commits, one is explicit commits. Implicit commits, explicit commits. Okay, what do you mean by, first, what do you mean by commits means, basically what do you mean by commits means, so every transaction whatever you are performing, insert, update, delete, basically these are the major, sir. Insert, update, delete, whatever you are performing, once they commit they will move to the mdf file. mdf file, all the committed data only you need to move to the mdf file. All committed data need to move into the mdf file. So whenever you are writing insert statement, insert into table, this is implicit conversion. Implicit commit means default it is auto commit, sir. Whatever you are performing insert, automatically it will go to your database automatically. You no need to tell anything to the SQL. But same insert command if you are writing in the program, begin tran, okay, you need to explicitly tell to commit. This is explicit transactions. So whenever you are writing same insert, same update, same delete in the begin run, that is explicitly commits, or you should explicitly tell to the SQL server. You should explicitly tell to the SQL server. Commit means it will permanently move to the MDF file. Rollback means just now we done right. By mistakenly I truncated the data and you want to roll back, you can roll back, but when you design in the explicit. But if you are not designing, so for example, sir, okay, so currently I'm having 100 records. I am not using any begin transfer. I am just simply truncating. I am simply truncating the data. This is implicit commit. Implicit, sir. Now, can I roll back? Can I roll back? Nothing. You can't. You can't, sir. So, please be careful. You can't roll back. Implicits. So, very, very important. Explicit means you can, yes. Whenever you are designing begin transaction and you are placing whatever the statement, if you wanted to commit, if you wanted to roll back, you can do it. But when you are writing when you are writing a SQL commands, these are the SQL commands, sir. These are the T-SQL commands. Slight difference, okay? Please be careful. Not only SQL, it's applicable for Oracle, it's applicable for all the database management systems. Okay? So implicit commits, explicit commits. Clear? Question, sir, about SQL languages?
Sir, is it any time limit for rollbacking data?
Sorry?
Is it any time
Sir,
limit for rollbacking data?
basically, whenever you are within this window and you are performing a transaction, unless you close this session completely or you are not performing any other transaction, you will have the chance, sir, because this transaction will be open until this session. Okay, begin run. You not at end the run. End means then gone. Getting my point? End means gone. You are completing the transaction. So if you're not ending, so you're having time until the session is closed, until you perform certain things. There is a time frame. But if you are choosing end, it's done. This transaction is done. Basically, we won't do all this stuff, but theoretically, you must and should understand the logic, sir. All today we are discussing is the development part. But even we are a DPS, you must and should know all these concepts. Okay, not okay? Clear? Not clear, sir?
Yes, sir, clear.
Now, There is one more concept, sir, you must and should remember, that is nothing but business integrity constraints. Okay, where is it? 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 Okay, yeah, here, sir. Okay, so there is a concept called business integrity constraints. Okay, there is a concept called so whatever the material I'm providing, that is available in that material. But again, sir, just remember by watching this video once or twice, just remember this terminology. Okay, explicitly it contains vast content. Okay, we can't tell everything in a single shot. As a development, sir, it's very difficult for us. Okay, simply I'm just briefing all the concept, I'm touching all the concepts about what is what you should remember. So there is a concept called business integrity constraints. There are rules, sir. Okay, out of this, okay, uh, like what are the rules means: not null, not null, unique key, okay, primary key, foreign key, check. These are the 5 rules are available when you are creating a table. So when you are creating a table, okay, you will set some rules. You will set some rules when you are creating a table. Like what are the rules? So basically, if you go for employee names, employee name, customer name, product name, okay, name. When you go for name, mostly, sir, I'm giving example. Example. Name should not be null, right? Without name, any employee ID will be created, sir. Any account will be created. Any Aadhaar card ID will be created. PAN card ID will create without name. No, right?
No,
Name
sir.
is a mandatory. So
Yes.
whenever you are creating a table, whenever you are creating a table, we will create employee name, not null, not null. Employee name, not null. That means when you are inserting the data into this employee name, it can be duplicate, but it should not be null. It can be duplicate, but it should not be null. Employee name is the mandatory if you wanted to insert any new record into this table. Employee name is the mandatory. So not null means it will allow duplicates, but it won't allow null value. Make a note down. Okay, it will allow duplicate values, but it won't allow null values. When you go for unique queue, when you go for unique queue means it will it will allow null value, it won't allow duplicate values. Duplicate values. Department names are mostly you not yet set the department name. Maybe in going forward you will set one new department name. You are inserting data, but you can keep that department name equal to idle, means null value. As of now, null. Okay, no problem. Unique user. Your departments can means what is that means? Unique means it will allows duplicates. It won't allows null values. Opposite, sir. Quite opposite. It won't it won't allows null value. It won't allows null value. It will allows duplicates. Here it won't allows duplicate value, but it will allows null value because null is nothing but undefined value. Null is nothing but undefined value. One undefined value equal to such simple. Let me ask you a question. Null equal to null is it true or false? Null equal to null is it true or false? False only, right? It's not.
False.
It never become true, sir. Because one null equal to another null. No, no, sir. Null is an undefined value. We don't know what is available in that. So both null equal to null is a false. So that's the reason unique will allows null values, but it won't allows duplicate values. It won't allows duplicate values. That is one thing. Check. So for example, if I wanted to open the account, minimum value is 10,000. If you go for any corporate banks like 5,000, 10,000. So what they will do, min amount, min amount greater than or equal to 5,000, greater than or equal to 10,000. So whenever you are opening a new account, The minimum amount you need to deposit is 5,000. Otherwise, your account can't be created. It won't allow us to insert the data. So check means check something. You wanted to check something, they will use the check constraints. Whose are developers. And the primary key we will discuss a lot in the future, but today we are discussing a glitch. Primary key is nothing but okay, it won't allows null values, it won't allows duplicate values. For example, employee ID, it should not be null, it should not be duplicate. uh, Employee ID, account number, PAN card number, Aadhaar number, passport number, voter ID, okay, SSN number. If you go to the US social security number, they will maintain SSN number, social security number in US. Okay, it should not be null, it should not be duplicate. So that you can keep when you go for primary keys. Mostly IDs, sir, IDs. We will prefer IDs, primary keys. Okay, IDs, employee ID, department ID, customer ID, sales ID, Aadhaar ID, PAN ID, mobile number. Okay, all this will keep the primary key so that it won't allow null values, it won't allow duplicate values. It won't allow null values, it won't allow duplicate values. Finally, a concept called foreign keys. So actually, when you will get this foreign keys means now I can tell. Now I wanted to say something, sir. There is a concept called normalization. There is a concept called normalization. Sir, all these are development tasks again, okay? There is a concept called normalization. What do you mean by normalization means? Basically, so for example, if you are creating a table, you are creating a table, okay? Account table, account number, account type, account holder name, account min balance, account max balance, account withdraw, account credited, account open date, okay, account last updated account, okay, account mobile number, email address, phone number, street one, okay, door number, okay, state, country, district, okay, blah 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 something. So for example, I need to create one account table. These many columns are available, sir. So out of these are very important columns. Still, my details like mobile number, email address, okay, address, all this I can place in the different table. Different table means to improve the performance, or what they will do, right? For large tables, they will divide into pieces. That concept technically you should call again. Maybe I'm not explaining that much like a development as of now, but that concept will come into the normalization, sir. You are dividing the table, see, making relation very large tables means columns, data. So instead of keeping everything in a single, why can't you keep a table in different structures? Like that is the concept, see, sir. When you go to the adventure works, see, customer table, address type table, okay, email table, contact type table, country region type table, password table. See, they segregated into the different pieces based on what's our normalization. Based on what normalization. So when you get a time again when you get a time, just refer somewhere blog what is normalization, how many types of normalizations are available, like normalization 1, normalization 2, normalization 3, normalization 4, boycott normalization, or normalization 5 we will call it. These many normalizations are available. Based on this normalization, your application team, your developers will create the best structure of your tables, sir. Eliminated the repeating the groups, eliminate the partial function dependencies, eliminate the transix dependencies. So they will do lot of other stuff when you go for each and every normalization. Each and every normalization. Like this, there is a concept called foreign keys. There is a concept called foreign key, sir. A primary key, foreign key. Foreign key, primary key will make the relationship. Like primary key is a parent table, is a parent, and foreign keys are the child tables, like account name is the parent table, sir. Account table is a parent table. Account email address is the second child table. Account phone number is the child table. Account address is the child table. Account reason is the child table. So on primary table, on parent table, you will create the primary key column. On which column you are going to create, sir? Account ID. Account ID, you will create the primary key. Whenever you are creating these tables, this is one table, this is one more table, this is one more table, this is one more table. In this table also you will create account ID, account ID, account ID, and here you will make it as a foreign key. Primary key, foreign key. You are making a relationship, sir. Foreign key. So this is your primary key, this is your foreign key. If you want to retrieve the data between this table to this table, account ID is the join column. Account ID is the join column. So this is how they will design the table. Who's are developers? Developers will design the table based on this normalizations. Getting my point? Again, I'm repeating. It's very difficult, sir, to discuss everything in single day. And one more concept, sir, whenever you get a time. Not now. Again, once you are good, okay. Okay. So EF card rules. Okay. So basically, he is the guy who designed 12 rules. Okay. Who designed 12 rules? Earlier, sir. Earlier, before these 12 rules introduced, like 1985, before that, there is only concept called DBMS, Database Management System. Database Management System. Once this EF card designed 12 rules, sir. Okay, like foundation rule, information rule, guaranteed access rule, okay, semantic treatment, null values. So like this, he designed 12 rules basically. 12 rules. All the database management system redesigned their scripts, redesigned their structures, redesigned the structure to satisfy these 12 rules, and we are technically calling as a RDBMS technologies. All now currently we are calling as a RDBMS technology because of all the database management systems are fulfilling this 12 rules, but no database management system is supporting 12 rules, sir. Almost 11.30 or 40% we are supporting. Out of the 12 rules, 11.30 or 40% we are supporting. Still 50 to 60 or 70% is a gap. Still, even you go for Oracle, go for MySQL, PostgreSQL, there is a gap. What is that gap means? Uh, there is a in stored procedure. Uh, we can do one thing, sir, where that is not fulfilling this out of these 12 rules. I'm not remembering that, okay, because long back ago I used to teach the development, okay. Long back ago, almost 6 years ago, I used to teach development. That now I'm not remembering the terminology, unfortunately. Okay, there is a small glitch where it is all the database management system, not only SQL, sir, are not fulfilling 12 rules, almost 11.30 or 11.50. You can all the RDBMS are fulfilling this EF card rule, sir. There is a small glitch in the store procedure function. You can call something that is not fulfilling out of this 12 rules, sir. I will let me recall. I can tell you, otherwise no one will ask you. But if someone is asking whether all the 12 rules are fulfilling by all the RDBMS, your answer should be no, sir. 11.30 or 11.50 are fulfilling. Hope no one will ask, sir, just for idea purpose. Okay. So these are the 12 rules which is designed by EF card rules. All the database management system are redesigned their structures to fulfill these dual rules, and now we are technically calling as a RDBMS technologies. And whenever developers start designing something, they will follow the normalization forms and these dual rules, okay, to design the structures, to design their and everything, sir. That is the mandatory. Later on, you know about all these concepts. Here, sir, one location, sir, you can see everything here, okay. Let me share Java point. You can see. But again, just remember, don't spend more time here. Once you become strong in DBA, then start the development, sir. I'm not telling directly go for development. Just remember this concept. Those are very important. Okay. And someone asked about the join conditions. Okay, there are joins, there are subqueries. Okay, there are join, there are subqueries. I am not discussing now. Again, it will go for a long time. So when we are working with the performance tuning, I will discuss with the joins, I will discuss with the subqueries, and I will tune the queries. Is it fine? Is it fine, everyone?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
because definitely it will be overloaded. Join means again, sir, join is nothing but, so for example, this is your account table, this is your account address table. So how you will join these two table to retrieve the data? If you are having a common column, you can use the join conditions, sir. You can use joins like inner join, outer join, cross join, inner join, outer join, cross join. Using any one of these join, you can join the condition and you can retrieve the data. In case if this two table there is no common column but you wanted to retrieve the data, then you can go for subqueries. Subqueries are nothing but, for example, this is a select statement. Select from table, employee table, where employee ID equal to, again you are writing one more select statement, again you are writing one more employee select employee ID from employee address. So within the select statement, you are writing one more select statement. That technique is called as, we'll call it as a subqueries. Single subquery, multi subqueries, scalar subqueries. There are a lot of, sir, again. Whenever I'm teaching only, I will remember. Okay. What is it? Where is it? Subqueries. Anyway, join is inner join, join, outer join, left join, right join, full join, cross join. And where about the subquery? Single subquery, multi subquery, scalar subquery, inline subquery. Inline subquery. Yeah, scalar subquery, inline subquery. There is no subquery. No, I hope no. Okay, let me recall, sir. Okay, every time whenever I'm teaching the first batch, okay, only on one of first time only I will discuss. Again, I will go as right, sir. So it's very difficult. Somewhere it will be available about the subqueries. No. Okay, I will come back, sir, in the performance tuning. No worries. Okay, so that's it about entire development, sir. I hope it's overloaded. It's difficult to remember at one day, but this is what the developers are doing, sir. I hope it helped a lot. Not like a DBA, but everyone, you gain something. Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. If no questions, see you tomorrow with the original concepts of the DBA, sir. Okay, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Praveen.
Thank you.